So for part of module 15, you are actually creating a virtual exhibition based on that contemporary artist that you have researched. So I wanted to go ahead and throw together a video that walks you through creating that virtual gallery using its artsteps.com. There is a link in Canvas, and then I also have PDF directions written out, but I did want to go ahead and throw together a video so that you can see those directions. So I'm on my home page. This is what it's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and either log in or create an account. There's a little person up in the top. I'm going to click that. Now, if you have never created an account before, that's the first step. You're going to enter name, email, and create a password for yourself. You can also sign up with Google. I already have a password, so I am going to go ahead and log in to my account. There we go. And hit sign in. I am now going to click on, it'll say my exhibitions up in the top left, top right. So I have some ones that I've been playing around with, but for the sake of this, we're going to start a new one by clicking this plus sign. And it's going to take a second to load. You will see this is going to be my workspace. Now, there are going to be some tools that are available for me to create a new gallery, or I can use a template. I am going to show you creating my own, and I'm going to keep it pretty simple. As a reminder, this is going to actually require 10 artifacts. You need to have an informational like title and title wall, and you need to have those gallery labels. So once it loads, this is what I'm going to see. I am going to see that I have a menu up at the top. I have a grid. I can choose from these templates down here, but I'm going to create my own. So I'm going to click on this construction tool that says start placing walls. And you'll see it brings a little blue dot and I start doing exactly what it says. And I'm going to really focus on this start. That's the idea that that's where our tour is going to start. So I want to make sure when I see this purple line, that's a smart guide. That means now it is going to be an actual, level with the other wall. I've also decided this is going to be my main gallery space. I do not have a requirement. You get to have as much fun as you want to with this. So I'm going to do a couple like side rooms. If you've ever been in a museum, they don't all exist in one place. And so what you'll notice is, again, I'm going through and add, and you can, you can go beyond. It's up to you. I'm actually going to create an accent or a main wall in the middle of my gallery. And I'm going to leave that like so. If I have to have 10 artifacts, I think this is a pretty nice space. So I'm going to leave, I might leave it. I'm tempted to put an accent wall, but I can always come back and add more. And you'll see that now it's boxed in. It's automatically started to add some floors for me. Well, I also need doors, right? So I'm going to put a set of doors at the main entrance that echoes the image here. I'm also going to have a gallery wall so the person can walk through up here. I'll have another door over here. So the next thing, one thing I want to mention, if I want to delete something, I'll just click on the wall and delete it, or hit that trash can and it's gone. So I'm going to undo that though. I'm going to undo that by hitting this arrow that says undo. I just want you to be aware. Click delete if you want to get rid of things. Now I'm ready to give some color to my space. So I'll click on this tab here that says design your space. Everything starts off as this kind of neutral white and floor. So I am going to start with my wall surfaces. You can see on the left, there are some pre-made themes for you. You can pick from that. There's also a lot of different colors. You want to think about with your walls, you don't necessarily want them to contrast with the artist, but you know, you want to think about how you can strategically use color to guide the viewer around the room. So for the demo, I'm choosing the artist Yaoi Kusama, who uses these really bright pop artish colors in a lot of her artworks. So I think my accent wall, when people walk in right off the bat, in my head, I'm going to talk about her, like have a text informational page. And so when I think of her as having red dots. So I'm going to make that accent wall red. And all I did was have to use the paintbrush. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pan around. I'm trying not to paint other walls. And I'm gonna paint the back of it the same color. So right away, when you walk in, you're gonna get that pop of red. I'm gonna echo that on an accent wall here and on an accent wall here. My goal is to, again, add pops of color, but not make it too overwhelming for the viewer. So I'm gonna pan, oh yeah, I'm panning around again. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking so far. I think I might, that's going to be too much red. That's too much red on red. I think I might actually make part of an accent wall here, here, and here, so that each room has a little bit of red. And when I think about the front door, again, I'm thinking about that viewpoint. I want it to be, I don't want the viewer to look in and just see like red on red. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take some orange. I almost did yellow, but I'm trying not to channel McDonald's too much. And I'm going to make that door here red so that, or sorry, orange, so that when I look through, I see a different color. I'm going to give the front door some presence. So I'm going to create that as orange. And then again, I'm thinking of iconic colors of Kusama. So that's how I'm choosing my color palette. It's really up to you how you decide to do this. One thing to keep in mind with these walls is if I click on a wall, I can change how much light is hitting them. So if I want the wall to be dark, but usually we want some light, I can play around with that. I'm going to keep it as its presets for now. Actually, I'm going to knock it down a little bit. And I can hit apply. So again, maybe I want this to come down. And you can see now that I have a much more matte wall. So again, you see that automatically it has light hitting it, but I can play around with that. I can also add texture to the walls or to the ceilings. So there's a little tab to my left that says texture. You know, again, I can add a texture. I can click here. Let's click on that, and then I can apply it to a wall. I don't like that. I'm going to hit undo, but you get the idea. But I am going to use the texture on the floor. So I'm going to keep this. I want a lighter floor than I have. So let's see what happens when I hit, okay, that's a little bit more sleek. Um, we're really channeling some Bauhaus here. But maybe I want to make it a little bit more like a little bit of a warmer space. So I'm going to try some tile instead. I like this tile better. You know, you can see there's all kinds of different options that you can play around with. So now I have this nice gallery space.